You know I love them boys in Beanstown. CT, Danny Life, and Julisi boy. We up right now, locking up your Saturday. Tell your bookie send my payment. Lot of opinions, but we only care about one statement. It's Boston Eddie Cappers, yeah. 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 Boston Eddie Cappers, yeah. Boston Eddie Cappers, yeah.
Oh, let me unmute my mic. Welcome into the live show here Saturday with the Boston Handicappers Network. I'm Dan Lifshatz, your host, along with CT Bets, and of course, my partner in crime, Julian Edlow, who's still scrolling his phone, trying to get bets in at the last minute here, 11 a.m. We have about an hour before
we're here. No,
that's right. We are. We are live from Roza Lyons in South Boston. Show presented by and sponsored by VIVA Tequila Seltzer. CT, what's going on with you?
Boys, good to be back. Sorry I missed Wednesday night. Had some family stuff to address, but it's good to be here on this Saturday morning here at Roza Lyons. Great account for Viva Tequila Seltzer, and we're ready to rock.
That's right. Yeah, we are. So we do have a lot to talk about today. Got about 45 minutes to do it. So let's start. Fellas, let's talk about a game that we've been, I think, on the opposite side of here today, and one that's moved quite heavily. We're out to Alabama minus 12.5 in a monster rivalry game, or I guess a revenge game, I should say, against Diego Pisson-Pavia and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Fucking Bama's out to 12.5 guys
now
at this point. Yeah. I know there's been some sharp groups that have come in on this Bama side. I mean, look, I'm on the other side of it, but this one, you two are both on the Bama side. Played a little Bama today. What are you guys' thoughts on this Bama game?
Well, I didn't play any Bama today.
You didn't play Bama today? Okay.
I played Bama a few days ago. Actually, on Monday, tweeted it out,
That's right.
-10, -115. And I get it, coming off of the Georgia game, some might think that this might be a letdown spot for Bama, especially Vandy has kind of had their number last year, blowout win. But I don't think so. I think this is a spot where DeBoer has finally righted the ship here after that blowout loss on the road week 1 to Florida State. Thought Ty Simpson has looked unbelievable since that game. And the wide receiver has been playing great. The transfers are all plugging into the system here, which has been awesome. And a lot of people like to shit on DeBoer. I don't. I think DeBoer's just settling in here. We saw what it took a couple of years at Washington. And then what do you do with Penix? Ends up bringing them to the national championship game. This is a Bama team where I think that you're not going to get in a letdown spot. And they want some revenge from last year. So I played -10. I would not advise playing -12.5 where the steam is right now.
Okay, Jules, what about you?
Well, I told CT when I walked in here that I had a play that would blow his socks off, and it did precisely that. There's some good prices on Alabama double result out there. The number is
That's Jules' favorite.
The number is
As
big.
you know,
loves the double result,
yeah.
man. The good old double result for Jules.
Sorry that I have a little creativity when I come on here.
I like it, Jules.
From time to time, it has failed, but I'm here to mix things up. Bama double result -145 is available. I told CT that was low. It is low. I bet it. If that
we giving out as a play, because we're gonna do official plays.
Yeah, that is a price that I can
Jules.
use.
What
then
is it?
CT and I will both be giving out Alabama -145 double result.
Okay, there we go. Let's make that an official show play here.
Again,
and let's explain to some of the listeners what that actually is.
I've gotten some questions on the double result.
So
Sure. The double result, just for those who want to know, basically means result in the first half, result in the second half. It's basically basically a parlay. So every place will price it differently. There'll be places that have draw and tie included.
This is a loss if it was
most will not. So most will do. It will basically be what Jules and Chris are betting here. They are betting Alabama to win the first half, Alabama to win the full game, parlayed into a -145 result. So that
cannot be tied at halftime.
Cannot be tied at halftime.
That would be a loss.
Now again, there are every site is different. There are books that include ties,
which would probably be -250.
Yeah, the price
maybe
point,
higher.
The price point jumps up significantly. So this is a non-tie bet in that scenario. So there we go. By the way, we have a bunch of listeners here from Brandon. Brandon, morning from the great state of Texas. Appreciate you listening, Brandon. Zachary from Morgantown, West Virginia. That's right.
Nice cover last night.
Nice cover last night against BYU. I think that that BYU team might be a little fool's gold. You guys seen their schedule, by the way, coming up? It's
West Foz.
But no, BYU.
BYU it gets tougher.
Well, it better get tougher because they're 6-0, right?
But their schedule
after losing Retzlaff is kind of wild.
But their schedule coming up. Listen to this one, fun one. At Arizona next week, that's a fun trip. Utah, at Iowa State, at Texas Tech, home versus TCU, at Cincinnati. They round up the year with UCF.
That's some tough ones.
I don't think they'll be a favorite to any game. If they're a favorite next week at Arizona, you already know what I'm doing there. So, Zach, a good cover last night. Can we do a double result? How can you do a double result on a local offshore? I tell you, a lot of locals have this option. This is a very, very common option to bet the numbers there. So yeah, this is something you absolutely.
That's where we bet it offshore, taking shots. Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see what is it at DK right now.
It's going to be steeper, and DK is also a place where you can
taking shots if you want to post what it is on DK.
Double result on DK is called halftime full time.
Okay,
if you're looking for it there, just to let you know. So it's going to be under a different name, and then you can also do it on a book like DK where you don't go to the halftime full time. You literally manually parlay first half money line with game money line, and that will be an even steeper price because that includes the push. If it were tied at halftime, you would push the first half and then just be riding money line for the game. So it is I don't want to say complicated market, but there's a lot of ways to go about it.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's actually offered at Bookmaker as well. Just taking a look here, seeing if I can.
Bookmaker probably has a similar price.
Alabama wins both halves would be incorrect.
But, that's a different. We should say that though. Alabama to win both halves is different.
That means
Alabama needs to lead at halftime, and then whatever the score is,
second half.
They need to lead by more when they win the game.
Correct.
So that is a totally different.
Don't get confused.
People have gotten tricked by in the past.
Yep. So there you go. So yeah, I'm not seeing it. I know it's been offered there before though. So
taking shots says he hates DK.
I disagree, but
that's right, Jules. Some of us don't like it.
There's our double result class.
There you go.
Good morning. Now we can start betting again.
Yeah, there you go. Anthony checking in here saying, "Morning Jets. Let's cash them. We do need a nice day here." Chris, why the line move on Baylor, Kansas State, guys? So I can tell you that was a Brad Powers release yesterday. On the Kansas State side. I know there was another sharp group that ended up betting on the on taking Kansas State side as well, and I believe it was released on the Power Show.
Dr. Bob as well.
Dr. Bob as well was the other side, was the other sharp group there, and then of course
Dr. Bob.
Dr. Bob. And then again, I believe it was released on one of the shows this morning as well, which is why you're seeing that number where it is. We do have some.
Yeah, I'll give it out. That's fine. I don't care. Okay. Bryson Washington, the star running back for Baylor, will be dressed, but he's going to be very limited, and he's probably not going to get as many carries as you would hope if you're a Baylor backer, unless Baylor goes down early. So that's a blow for Baylor, who's already down Pendergrass, who's out for the year. But Dan, the freshman, Caden Knighton, has been unbelievable this year, and they do have some other backs in that running back room. Hopefully can help carry the load here. And I know Dylan Edwards is finally healthy for K-State, and he showed that, thankfully, last week versus UCF because I was on K-State.
Yeah. Now, Brandon brings up here something. He really likes Boise when he got to 21. Looking right, and again, right now, Bet 105, if you guys can see here, I'll bring up the Bet 105 screen here as well, just so everyone can see. I'll see what I can do in finding Boise. But Boise right now is sitting 21 plus 101. So this one looks like it's going to move to 21.5. The sharp money keeps coming in on Notre Dame. I do know that a couple of people have bet the opposite side. I have bet the Boise side. I like the Boise side as well, too, guys. I think this is a game where, again, Notre Dame being heavily power rated off the Arkansas game, which we saw. I mean, Arkansas was just a disaster defensively and couldn't get things going offensively at times in that game. I really liked Arkansas. I think a lot of people liked Arkansas last week. I think you got a discount on Notre Dame if you bet them on that side. Now I feel like we're going the other way. Boise obviously put a licking on App State last week. And I do think that this is now being a little bit overdone. Now, Notre Dame is getting their corners back this week. Again, a couple players coming back for them. They are going to play. that is there. There is some value there, but the reality is at the 21, I just think this number is a little bit big. I still don't believe in the Notre Dame defense. The Notre Dame defense is still, in my opinion, absolutely horrendous. And the Boise offense, Maddox Madsen has kind of put together a better offensive showing outside of that South Florida game.
Yep.
They've started to piece things together. I do think that Boise probably comes around and covers this one. I don't know if we're seeing a money line here. I don't think that's the case here, but I do think they could be competitive in this game.
The Notre Dame offense has kind of finally figured it out, I feel like. And Carr's looked a lot better every single week.
Notre Dame's going to score points. I mean, they're kind of relying on scoring points because they know not only do they have to win the rest of the way, they almost have to do it with a little bit of style points as well.
I think Great Horse is out as well for ND.
I think he is as well. I believe that's the case. Now let me ask you this. Do you guys basically believe that CJ Carr is now, because a lot of people are now talking about this, CJ Carr now a top 10 quarterback in college football. I think I hated him at the beginning of the year. Maybe it was more of the offensive play, the offensive play calling from the OC. I still think he has the potential there. I'm not quite sure he's at that level just yet.
Top 10, I need to see more.
Yeah.
I need to see more.
Yeah.
I agree. And I got to, top 10, there's a million quarterbacks. You got to sit through and
I wouldn't say
really
top
go
10
through
yet.
your list. I wouldn't put them there now, but the Notre Dame offense is clicking. They should be able to run on Boise.
That's the thing.
I'm really tempted. Notre Dame and Arkansas over the total was my favorite bet last week.
I was going to say, Jules.
And I got there on a one-man show by Notre Dame with the backups getting us over in the fourth quarter. Boise should be able to score, right? It's not that Notre Dame's defense got better last week. It's that Arkansas was pretty bad.
Well,
they do get more back at corner.
Or is it a little bit both?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think their defense probably slightly improved. Ash called a better game for sure.
I don't know. Boise should step up and can they get 21, 24?
Well, here's the difference, in my opinion, guys, that they actually have a quarterback who can throw the fucking ball. You know what I mean? That to me is a huge difference when you have those sort of things. You have a quarterback who can throw the ball, man. I think that kind of changes a lot of things here. So
right.
Notre Dame team total is the other option, which is 40.5. But do you want to isolate that, or do you want to say that Boise can score? Last week, you needed to isolate it with Notre Dame, with Arkansas, but I think Boise should score. I'm very tempted. I'm not going to give it out here. I got to think about it. That's 330 kick. So
put it this way, I couldn't be laying it with Notre Dame right now.
I'm not laying it with Notre Dame. I'm not playing under.
No, I mean that makes sense.
I made the game 19, 20.
I made the game much lower, so I'm still in wait and see mode on Notre Dame. I still don't believe the defense is that great. I made it 16. I'm way off market there. I know my Notre Dame number is bad, which is why I'm not, fully going out there and saying, hey, let's bet the shit out of let's bet the shit out of Boise, because that's just not the way I'm going to approach it. We do have a question here. My buddy Jeff, who's a Notre Dame fan. Dan, can you please praise Carr? I think I'm going to be wrong about CJ Carr. I think he's going to be a top 10 college quarterback in the next year or so. I just don't think he's quite there yet.
Next year he should be for sure.
Yeah, I agree. We have a question. Any thoughts on the Navy Air Force game, guys? This one opened around 13, 14, got bet all the way down to 10.5. And it has creeped back up. We're seeing 13.5, so some 14s in market. I know Air Force has been booty this year. I'm very surprised about how bad they've been.
You were kind of high on them too.
Well, I was really low on them last year. If you guys remember, they basically had no returning production at all. I took them. They were my number one win total last year. One of them in college football, played under in every game. But now we're seeing it's a double, triple option game. I mean, and the total is very high. Most of these games are played in the 30s. The total was 53.5, got bet down. I think we're seeing 51.5.
Yeah.
I still think Air Force has a chance in this game. They run a different type of option than Navy does. I think it's difficult for Navy to defend. I could only have Air Force 14.5 would probably be the number I'd absolutely want to play. I don't think I'll end up getting there today, to be honest with you guys. I don't think I can get there. But any thoughts on this game, guys?
Nothing there. I thought you summed it up pretty well there. It would probably be Air Force or nothing for me. I can't lay it there with Navy.
Yeah, I can't do it. Jules, any thoughts?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
I don't have too much on this game, so limited time today. We'll keep it moving.
All right, fellas. Let's head over. Maybe do some plays, because we haven't really talked about any plays here. Let's hit a few of those. Number one, Actually, before we do that, why don't we do a nice shout out to Viva, our sponsor for this live show. This live show of the Boston Handicappers Network is brought to you by Viva Tequila Seltzer. Only 88 calories, a 4.5% ABV. Viva Tequila Seltzer is the most refreshing seltzer out there. Clean, light, and dangerously drinkable. Made with real tequila and bold flavors like huckleberry, grapefruit, Jules' favorite. What are you drinking over there today, Jules? Jalapeno, that's right. Viva pairs perfectly with a winning ticket and some football. God knows we need a fucking winning ticket here. And again, Viva, live long, live well, live it up, Viva. So there we go.
And Roza Lyons here.
And of course.
Nice enough to have us.
You're in Boston.
South Boston, one of the best bars to watch a game in Boston, in South Boston, in the Boston area. Come on down, show some support. Great food, ice cold drinks, and even better service.
There we go. Captain Caveman checking and saying Air Force literally does not play defense at all. I'd go over. I think 51.5 again. Caveman, even with the Air Force defense, this is gonna be different. It's a triple option game. A lot of plays, a lot of slow plotting plays. I think this one, even for me, I did play it under at a different number. I don't love it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I think it's my favorite player on the board, but I think 51.5. 50 probably my fair number. I still think there's a little bit of value there. JM checking in saying Cal +3 tonight. Do you guys have any thoughts on this Cal game coming off the outright victory over my guy, Bill O'Brien? That's my guy. Love him to death. Seriously.
That was a nice one last week by you. Get that.
Yeah.
I think it's a tough travel spot for Duke.
I agree.
Really tough spot.
Coming off the ass kicking last week.
Yeah.
Really.
Cal's coming back. It's one of those back home off the East Coast trip and to win those spots too. Like, it's not a great spot for Cal. I'd bet Cal.
It's a better spot for Cal.
I would bet Cal in the game if you told me to bet the game.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
And they're just kind of good. Outside of completely crapping the bet against San Diego State, they've been just downright good.
Just the body time clock too. I mean, for Duke, right? I mean, this is a 10:30 Eastern game.
That's right.
Is that correct?
10:30.
Yep.
Yep.
What, are you about to cry?
Sorry, I had the hiccups. I apologize. Jeez.
You look like you wanted to cry about the 10:30 kickoff.
Tough week, Jules. Tough week.
You're telling me.
Seriously, tough season. How about that? Tough season. But we'll get shit together. We'll get shit going here again. We know this is a fun little bump in the road. But let's talk about some plays that you guys liked. You want me to give one out?
Sure.
Okay. Why don't we start? We do have a lot of input here. We have a game. We talk about Purdue. We could talk about Maryland. So we'll definitely talk about those things. I'm going to give one out here. I want to make sure it's still available at the correct number, because it is, of course, an FCS play. We did cash Princeton last night at a very good number. They did end up getting there to us. I'm going to bet Davidson and Stetson over 60.5. We can ring the
A10 college hoops.
We can play Yes, that's right. Viva Las Vegas. There we go. Over 60.5 is going to be a play for me in this one, guys. I do think that this is a little bit of a short number to open 57.5. I did not bet 57.5. I bet a little bit better than what's currently in market right now. But again, I would bet this one up to 63. I do think there's some wiggle room in this one. I think this is going to be an absolute shootout in the FCS market there today. And again, I'm not expecting anyone to get the same amount of liquidity down, but you should be able to get at this point, almost an hour to kick off. You should be able to get some down there, guys. CT, I'll go over to you. Anything that you like on the card today that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, we'll go to the Big 12. I'm going to add this one here, and that's the Iowa State Cyclones on the road. Give me the Cyclones +1 here in Cincinnati. Cincinnati coming off a nice road win in Kansas last week. Iowa State coming off a nice slacking of Arizona. I was on Iowa State last week.
Yep.
They shoved it in my face. I went back for more, and Iowa State blows doors here. Like what Matt Campbell has done with this team. Dan, a lot of the talk this offseason, including myself, was how is he going to replace those wide receivers and who is Beck going to throw to? Well, he hit the transfer portal, and he's found some success here because, as we saw last week, that was unbeaten Arizona. And Iowa State didn't have a problem putting the ball in the end zone here. Iowa State, wrong team favored here. Iowa State still should be favored here on the road. And I get it. Sorsby's been better since week 1. And I get it. The Jontez Williams going out for the year. That's a wrinkle for Matt Campbell's defense.
They're down a couple corners, I think.
Yep, they are. They're going to have to make some adjustments, especially there in the secondary. But not too many people better than Campbell to do that. I just think that Iowa State's going to go in there. I think they're the best team in the Big 12. They're going to take care of business here. So give me the +1. Iowa State wins this game outright. Show play for CT.
+1.5 right now is the number. +1.5 -105 at bet 105 is going to be the official play number there. Jules, any thoughts on this game?
Not as much. You guys seem more passionate in general about Iowa State this season than I do.
Campbell's a dog, man.
Yeah,
Campbell's a dog.
I like the coaching. Cincinnati, great win over Kansas, but now you're kind of in a letdown spot at home. I understand the move from dog to favorite on Cincy, but now you're getting a buy low spot. So I don't disagree with you guys. I just don't have as much of an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this one got up to like 2.5, and then ended up getting bet down by a couple of sharp groups. I agree with the move. I agree with CT. I think this is a bit of an overreaction in the Iowa State play. Look, I like Sorsby, and I think one of the key things that people are really underrated, including myself this year, is having a veteran quarterback, especially this year, is proving to be more and more valuable. Just take a look at what this Virginia team has done. With a guy like Morris, having that veteran quarterback, that veteran presence has been really phenomenal for a lot of teams this year. I think that's been, and again, you have a guy like Rocco Beck. That is exactly what you're looking for, especially when you go on the road.
Tough dude.
Yeah, they're not going to be intimidated going into Cincy. It's not exactly a very difficult place to play. So if you're a Cincy fan, I think they're a significantly better team. Very difficult spot for the Cincy team, and I think Iowa State again finds a way to get it done. I think they win that one there as well. Jules, anything for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna add. We talked about this game on the podcast that came out Thursday, Dan, and I gave a strong lean to it. Didn't do anything about it. App State, hosting our Beavers. Really,
our Beavers.
Great
0-5
Beavers.
Great heart and soul team. Yeah, because we backed them week 1 and 2.
We got off that team.
They got smoked by Cal. Went back to him. Said that's a fluke. Cal quarterback's just really good. They'll beat Fresno State, who got smoked by Kansas. No, because you can't get field goals in the air. You can't get punts off. You're not going to win games. And then last week, they almost beat Houston. They covered as a home dog, but Houston came back down double digits in the fourth quarter, gets that game. Now you got to go to App State, west to east, play an App State team that just went on the road and lost to 2 good teams by double figures. They lost at Southern Miss and lost at Boise. Those are solid teams, in my opinion, particularly, obviously, Boise. So you're home off of those 2 tough losses, and you're getting an Oregon State team that is just kind of lifeless. If you're going to take it to Oregon State, you're going to win. Oregon State's not going to fight back. So I've gotten there. I will play. Yeah. And if they do try and fight back, they'll just botch a punt or kick a field goal into the stands or something ridiculous. So give me App State at home. I think it's a very good spot for them.
Okay. Is that official show play?
That's a play.
All right. Love that. There we go. We'll do a little Viva Las Vegas. So for App State sitting at -2, even money will be the number for
money line. What's my best money line?
Oh, you want money line there, Jules? Let me see. Money line.
That can be like -130.
-119 at bet 105. Do you want that instead?
-119. I'll take.
Okay, there you go. -119 for Jules. Be a little Viva.
That's cheap enough.
There you go. All right, there you go. So there you go. That's the App State game. I'll throw that in the tracker here now.
Bama double result in there too.
Bama double result will be added as well.
Okay.
There you go.
Double play.
There you go. And we do have a question for Brian Brisson. Opinion on Kansas State +6.5. We talked about this.
My opinion is that line is long gone.
It's long gone.
Yeah, we're at 4.5. Yeah, I still think Baylor probably covers the number. To be honest with you, I do. Ross checking in. He goes Terps outright. So. How do you guys feel about before we head over to the NFL? Because we do got to talk about that. You guys like the Maryland side today?
That was the side I liked. I wish I didn't back off and not bet +7. Was it 6 now?
I have a small. I have a half 5.7 myself. It's getting bet down.
It's actually one of the games. I asked you, Dan. We're on the phone on Monday. I was like, hey, what do you think about the Terps? You didn't really have an opinion.
I didn't have much of an opinion.
And then after that, I was like, all right. Well, if we're not aligned, I kind of, it's a game that just got lost in the shuffle for me.
Yeah, no, nothing really.
Lean that side.
Yeah, fair enough. Lean that way for them.
2 things. Are we about to move to NFL?
Yeah, we're about to move to
2
NFL.
things before we move to NFL. Number 1, I personally did lay some Michigan -16.5, -120. It's pretty much getting to 17.5 across market, but I think you can find that. I think Michigan just pounds Wisconsin.
Third string quarterback
for Wisconsin stinks. Michigan at home, and we're all Michigan under 9.5 wins, guys. Like Michigan on the road, I want to fade. I've bet USC next week, coming off the bye at home hosting Michigan. I've bet that, but I'm laying 16.5 with Michigan if you can find that. And we got a question from Titan CT, thoughts on Texas, Florida. That was the one play I gave out on the podcast that we did, Dan. I bet Texas team total under 24.5. You might be able to find that, but there's 23.5, which I don't mind.
Mostly 23.5.
23.5 is fine. If you want to bet the game under 42.5, I don't mind that either. And I have some Florida plus 7.5 in pocket. That number's gone down. I think Florida hangs around in a very ugly game.
I got a little info from our buddies out at the Westgate, and Texas is shockingly a big need for them.
Interesting.
At the Westgate.
Very, very interesting. That's surprising.
And then have another buddy who's good friends with Matt and I, gave us some info. He went to Rice, so he's dialed in the Texas info, and he says his sources have said that Arch has figured it out and dialed in.
Oh, he figured it out against Sam Houston State.
I'm just giving you info here. I have nothing.
Go figure it out.
I got nothing in this game. Titan CT, a fan of ours, asked, and I'm just giving some info here.
I'll give out this play because as much as I appreciate,
I figured out how to speak Chinese during the bye week.
I'll give out defensive special team anytime touchdown.
I will sue you.
That's right. I'll give out plus 266 anytime defensive special team touchdown in Texas, Florida. Plus 266. Viva Las Vegas.
Okay.
Again, I think you have two extremely turnover prone worthy quarterbacks right now. I think that number is a little surprising. I also did bet, which is not widely available, plus 185 for score of the game, field goal or safety. Plus
I like that one the most.
I like both of them, but again, not widely available. Most places have it around the 150 range, Jules, which is right where I made it. So that's why I'm not going to give it out as a play there. All right, before I think that's it. I think we're let's head over.
I think somebody said they want us to cover the Florida State Miami game, right? It's actually a play that you gave out for me on Wednesday when I missed. So I do have Florida State plus 4.5. That's the night game. That's the big one this week at the night game. So you see the Seminoles obviously coming off that Friday loss at Virginia last week, and Miami off the bye. And they have to go into Florida State here, and a place where Florida State plays very well. All right, we saw that week 1.
Yep.
And I can't believe I'm going to say this because I'm not a huge Norvell guy, but I think that Norvell has a massive coaching advantage over Crystal Ball.
No doubt about that. Yeah, that's not breaking any news.
We've seen Crystal Ball just beat himself time after time. I like this spot for Florida State to bounce back here.
Yep.
And Castellanos has been very vocal about when he's pretty confident that his team's going to get the job done. Kind of did the same thing this week. I think Florida State bounces back here, gets the outright win, Dan. I'm calling for the outright win. So give me the 4.5 here, which might be gone, but
nope, 4.5 minus 111 most places right now. So yeah,
Florida State plus 4.5.
There you go. All right. Yeah, again, I lean that way. I lean that way as well. I haven't gotten there. I do think that's probably the right side in that one. Again, Miami, very good in the trenches, but there are a few teams who can match their level of physicality, guys. Florida State is one of those teams. They have an absurd amount of talent on that offensive line. By the way, there is some Baylor movement right now, back up to 4.5 and climbing. So we will keep an eye on that one. Let's head over to the NFL.
5 circa hit 5.
Okay, yeah, we're climbing back up now officially. All right, let's head over to the NFL, guys. If you have any NFL games you want to talk about, please let us know. But look, I think everyone around here wants to talk about the Bills and the Patriots. CT, we didn't get to talk about this game. Obviously, you not being able to join us this week, but
sure.
I bet the Bills. I made the game higher than the number. Let's put it like that. But again, Pats played 4 bad teams. I know Pittsburgh had a nice win last week. I still don't believe in them at all. I would qualify them as 4 bad teams. Maybe you want to qualify it as 3 bad teams and 1 mediocre team. I'd be okay with that too. But nonetheless, I mean, they're 2-1, 2-2 against those bad teams. Carolina, I thought, was an easy spot last week. No doubt about it. That that's a defense with gaping holes all over the place. I think that was an easy spot to kind of find there. But this week, Sunday Night Football, everyone's talking about this team outright, no problem. Josh McDaniels, Drake May, number one in CPOE, he's the number one guy in EPA per play. He's having a phenomenal season, which he is. I don't want to take anything away from him. They haven't played anyone. They just haven't played anyone. And the one team with any sort of a pulse they did play, they had 5 turnovers against them. Are you? I'll start with you, Chris, because you didn't get to join us on the podcast. Are you worried at all about the Patriots going into Buffalo and running the same shit, same predictable, boring, offense that they've run for a million years? The Bills know all about it. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about it for if you're a Patriots backer, because I think the Bills are going to sniff out exactly what they're trying to do. Like you said, Dan, it's so predictable. Not to mention that the Bills are getting some key pieces.
At all over Matt Milano.
And Matt Milano back on defense.
Yeah.
And those are 2 pieces where it's like, oh, wow, how are the Bills getting shredded? Well, not having those 2 guys is very significant for that Bills day.
Yep.
And this is a game, right? You see last week where the Saints kind of, did what they wanted on offense, and that game was pretty close, and Saints actually had the ball with a chance to take the lead late in that game.
The first half, they had a chance there.
Bills are kind of sleepwalking a little bit versus a team that hasn't had a win all season long, and a quarterback that can't get out of his own way, and Spencer Rattler. This is a game, Sunday Night Football, where you could expect Josh Allen and the Bills to be dialed in, especially because the Pats has kind of had their number a little bit the last few years, stealing one here and there. But
the weather game in Buffalo, obviously, Mac Jones throwing 3 times in that game, whatever it was. Yeah, it was a big one.
This is a game where, I made the game a lot higher than it is now, probably closer to 11. And I think that regardless of it being primetime standalone game, McDermott and the Bills are going to want to take care of business on Sunday night. And everybody all of a sudden thinks that the Patriots are this team that they thought they were going to be this offseason, just because they just absolutely demolished a Carolina team that just is, got caught in the wrong spot after beating the crap out of the Falcons the week before. And now you have to travel to New England. But Dan, you and I talked about this earlier in the week. It's like, okay, Carolina on those first 2 drives, they move the ball pretty well.
No problem
on that Patriots defense.
Knife through butter, man, right down the field.
What do you think that Allen's going to do to this secondary? He's going to pick them apart.
2 very good tight ends, a very good run game with James Cook. I look at the defensive end. So how the fuck are you going to stop it? They're not. And again, our guy Titan CT took a little Pats +9 -123. I just don't see it.
I'm not seeing it either.
Yeah, I think this is a double digit
win.
I think you could be looking at 3+ scores. This is an all game for me. Look, I'm a Pats fan. I want them to be good. I'm being realistic about where they're being this year. I think next year they're going to be phenomenal, but I think they're a year away from being the team everyone thinks they are. Jules, any thoughts on this game?
So Buffalo, I have in teasers. I gave him out with the Rams on the last podcast.
Me too. That was a nice one on Thursday night.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'll piece the Bills back together with something. What I'll give out here, I'll give this out as a play.
All right.
The Bills are going to score in this game. Anybody have any?
Nope.
Anybody have any pushback with that?
Nope.
All right, 28.5 team total. Last I looked.
Okay,
I know it's that
team total.
That tough number. Oh, what if they land 28 with 4 touchdowns? They're going to score more than that.
I don't know how the Patriots stop them. I got to be honest. Defensively, I think they're in a world
maybe
trouble.
First half team total is better because they're going to get rolling early and let off. But Bills team total over 28.5.
Let's see.
Play the music.
28.5.
Minus 105 at bet 105 right now.
For 28.5?
Yep.
That's a great number.
There
Give
you
me
go,
that.
Jewel.
That's a play for me.
There we go. Viva Las Vegas. Viva. All right. So I would agree. I just don't know how the Pats defense, who has had a lot of trouble stopping tight ends, a lot of trouble stopping running backs, just the defending the explosive plays, and not to mention you're facing an offensive line that I think is really gonna cause some issues for them. I'm very concerned about the Patriots this week. Is there another game that you're looking at, guys, on the slate that maybe you didn't give out that you're interested in? Because I have a developing opinion about, and I talked about this game. I didn't give it out, but I have a developing opinion about the Seahawks and what this game is going to look like this week, especially with the amount of injuries
for Tampa.
Starting to think Seahawks big, right?
Yeah.
Because I think I speak for a lot of people here when I say I'm stubborn that I missed the 3, and I've been trying to see if it goes to 3. It's not going to go to 3. It's 3.5, and I should just take the fucking 3.5 because it's not going to land 3.
I think it's going to end up closing 4.5.
Right.
Too.
I should just bet it.
Yeah, I think if you're interested in Seattle, I think the time to bet them is now. I don't think that this is going to get much better. I think it's only going to get worse. I hear Mayfield is, from the little birdie, Mayfield is very banged up.
He's taking some big time hits.
Very banged up.
Yeah.
To the point where
he keeps doing well when he's banged.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm not, jumping for joy saying that, but Baker Mayfield's banged up. He plays through it tougher than I think anyone in the NFL does right now. He's fucking
absolutely.
I don't think I've ever seen you jump for joy.
You can see these man titties jump up and down all anytime you want, big guys. So, but
like that.
I do think
it
this
is Pat's cutoff jersey.
That's right. Just cut me off right at the stomach, babe. Everyone will love to see that, but no, I do think that I'm a little worried. That's right, Jules. Have another view.
We need
thinking
some
about
more.
Bopper jumping for joy.
We need some more huckleberries.
That's right. Yeah, it's crack another one, babe. Crack another one for me. So I'm interested in
see
Seattle.
if you get us some more huckleberries over here.
Yeah, the other one I'm interested in, and again, I want your guys'
Barkeep
is Cleveland and Minnesota. I know Minnesota got smoked last week. They basically have an entire backup offensive line at this point. They've lost three of their 5 starters, and the 4 starters banged up. They did get Jordan Addison back. I do think that's going to be an interesting situation there. They have a backup quarterback. They have a backup running back-ish. I mean, Mason is arguably their backup.
Mason is a stud.
I think he's a stud.
That's not a backup.
I agree, but
I agree.
But again,
I'm really hoping he leads the league in rushing yards at 250.
But you're losing Aaron Jones as that number 2 back,
sure.
Right? So again, you're going to they're banged up. I mean, they're banged up on the offensive and the defensive side. No Van Ginkel this week either. Tell me if you guys think I'm crazy. I kind of like Cleveland with the defense in this situation. The defensive line should be fucking dominant in this game. And
correct.
I mean fucking dominant in this game. I'm kind of mind boggled how this number is 3.5 and really hasn't moved to the 3 number. I'm pretty surprised about that. Chris, you have any thoughts on that one?
Well, I mean, what happened on Thursday night when San Francisco had absolutely nobody playing, their top 3 wideouts out, their best tight end out.
But
one thing, so that's pass catchers, and like Mac Jones was blocked for and executed the game plan. There is a route here where Carson Wentz just can't stay on his feet
because he's just getting blown up consistently.
So, and I agree with everything you're saying, right? And I have no play here, no real opinion here, but I do like, for the Vikings' sake, that they had to stay over there, right? And so they acted like a little mini camp for 2 weeks, okay? And they didn't have to come back here, and now the Browns have to travel over there. And you didn't mention that Dylan Gabriel is getting his first ever start for the Browns.
That is true. That's a very fair point. Now it's a neutral site game
for sure,
so that makes it a little bit easier.
Is it good that they're staying over there, or like the other way to look at it?
So historically, it has not been.
Well, it was for the Jags.
It's new.
No, historically, it's been bad for the Jags. And
has it?
The second of
Haven't they only done it once or twice, though?
Yes, and again, it has not been done often. But the second of the back-to-back games. Now, they went from the first game was in Dublin, and now this game is in
London. Travel. The only thing I'll say is
the travel short. It's like what, 45? I can't remember. I don't know.
Right. I'd rather have them stay over if I was back in the Vikings than come back here and then go back.
Totally agree with
but
that.
Also, it's like, all right, we got to stay overseas for 2 weeks. We just got our ass kicked last week. We have no offensive line. And like, I don't. Again,
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I think the travel has been used as like, oh, the Browns have to go all the way out there, and the Vikings just get to sit overseas. It's like, I don't want to sit overseas for 2 weeks. I miss my house. I miss my family. I want to go home.
You're also not in the NFL, Jules.
Well, actually, I guess it is a nice getaway from the wife.
You're not getting paid millions.
Jules is over here drinking Vivas away from his family, complaining about being away from his family.
This is my break. Yeah, I like it for the afternoon.
CT gets you a nice bacon, egg, and cheese, and some cold Vivas, and you're complaining.
I haven't even eaten it yet.
It's unbelievable.
It's actually for sale. Given college football season, I have a bacon, egg, and cheese for sale. It's $5 if anybody wants to come to Roza Lyons and pick it up. cash.
Jules will also give you a nice high five too, and maybe a firm
and that's
handshake.
free. That's like at Mickey D's, the smiles are free. High five's free.
You'll sign a headshot too.
Signed headshots are $50.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, Jesus, that's expensive.
Wow.
Holy fuck, that's a nice steak some places.
Yeah, this is free.
Well, I do have another. Or go ahead, Jules.
I'm just gonna say the one thing about Browns Vikings for me is I'm very interested in the Browns because I agree with all of Dan's analysis. The only thing is Dylan Gabriel's a complete unknown.
Completely agree.
So if I don't feel like betting on a complete unknown, can Dylan Gabriel keep up? What if Dylan Gabriel just stinks and then they try Shador instead of going back to Flacco? Like, who knows where this goes?
No,
so
that's very.
But
fair.
what about just going to? I'm very confident that Cleveland's D line wrecks Minnesota. So what about a sacks prop?
No,
what about a team total under Minnesota 20.5?
I think the sacks prop will probably be around 5.5. I haven't seen a lot of them, but I do think the over 5.5 sacks in the game is probably a decent.
That
way
could be good.
play the
you
game.
think Minnesota's going to top 20.5? You think they're going to get 21?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But again, all it takes is a Dylan Gabriel defensive turnover, and now we're talking about
pick 6 for Gabriel. You're still kind of leaving yourself open.
Right. So that's kind of why I think the sacks look is probably the best, especially since, again, rookie. You have a rookie starting, again, and it's a neutral site game. It's obviously on the road. I obviously
good.
A lot of Brian
Good
Flores.
situation for him to start versus a really banged up team.
Yeah, he gets
sure.
to face Brian Flores, who's phenomenal, and so obviously that's a bit of a frustration and obviously
Correct.
a difficult situation there. But it's not like it's any better for the other side, to be honest with you, even with Justin Jefferson. And it's that one's really interesting to me.
You do have the Browns D going for you because that D is elite.
Yeah,
that defense is absolutely elite for sure. Put that defense on some of these other teams. Like, how about you put that defense on the Cowboys?
They shut down
Cowboys.
Green Bay.
Patriots.
Shut down Green Bay.
Yeah.
And again, it's just I don't know. I have a lot of difficulty thinking that Carson Wentz is going to be the guy to be able to get through this game. I'm surprised the number is still 3.5. I really thought we'd see close at 3 in the market here. So
still good.
Is what it is. All right, see, you said you had another game.
I got one more. I'll give out one more, or this is my only one in the NFL. You gave one out for me on Wednesday night, so go back listen to the show for that.
I think we got 2 for you Wednesday.
For NFL.
Did we do 2?
Yeah, you had 2.
Oh yeah, 2. But we
NFL.
talked about the Bills game already.
Bills and
so
Bills and Ravens. Bills and Ravens. You gave it.
Let's go to this one. Probably not a lot of eyes are going to be on this one. Not your most attractive game this Sunday, but that's the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. And I think Spencer Rattler is going to get the first of the year for the Saints here versus this Giants team coming off that high, finally getting their first win versus the Chargers with the rookie Jackson Dart, who looked great, played an awesome game. It was a good game plan by Dayball. Really good spot for them. Get the Chargers, flying high, have to travel out to New York. I mean, just a really terrible spot for the Chargers. Really good spot for the G-Men. This week, I liked what we saw out of the Saints last week. They played tough, man. They didn't let that Bills team scare them and push them around. And even though the Bills were sleepwalking, I still think that there's enough firepower on the Saints side of the football to win games like this at home versus the Giants. I know the Giants D is tough. Now you got Jackson Dart here, your second game, probably pounding his chest a little bit, thinking that he's, the man. And now you have your number one guy, Malik Neighbors. He's out for the year. And I think that's going to be over time a big blow for this big blue team here. Rattler still waiting for his first win here. I think he gets the job done, and Saints win this game here. So I'll lay the short number with New Orleans.
Okay, all right. I got nothing to say. I agree with you on that one there. I bet the Saints. I think that's a good number. There's zero convincing me otherwise that you could have anything but the Saints.
What's the best number out there, Bob?
2.5. I think is pretty much the consensus in that one. Okay, you want to make it out as an official play?
That's a show play.
There we go. Show play. There we go, and I'll put that in the old tracker there too, guys. Just to round it up here because we got about maybe a minute or 2 left in the show here.
I got 2 quick ones.
Talked about okay, Jules. Well, I'll head over.
Open up the prop shop, Jules. Open it up.
Open it up, babe.
Step into the prop shop. All right. 2. I talked about 1 on Wednesday with Dan, I think. Montgomery rushing yards.
Yes,
David Montgomery against the Bengals. I'm seeing 54.5. You can tell me if it's better, Dan. I'm just looking at my employer.
Take a look here.
David Montgomery against the Bengals. He's gotten shut down by Green Bay and Cleveland, two very good run defenses. Playing Baltimore and Chicago combined 23 carries for well over 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. So low 50s. Dan will give me an official. If it's 54.5 or lower, I'm in. Dan's betting like rugby or something.
That's right.
Here. So Montgomery rushing yards over, official play. Bengals run defense is near the bottom of the league. If you take out the Browns game week 1 where the Browns ran for nothing without Judkins, they got like 40 yards. They're giving up like 165 a game. They got smoked by Denver on the road on Monday night. Short week.
So bet 105.
Lions are going to run all over.
Bet 105, 51.5 minus 140. We got 53.5 and 54.5 most places right now. Circa 54 even minus 110.
Yeah, give me
FanDuel 53.5 minus 115.
Give me any 53, 54 at minus 110 ranges.
That's from the prop shop directly.
That's
directly from the prop shop. Just came out. And there's a second one too.
Fresh.
Oh, wow.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fresh out the prop shop.
All right, here we go. Let me pull this out. Okay, now go to the next one.
All right. Both 4:00 window ones. All right. Titans, Cardinals. Cardinals. We talked about this too.
Yep.
We were waiting for a number. Now we have a number.
Yep.
Down James Conner. Trey Benson steps in. Down. Trey Benson. So DeMercado is the receiving third down back. He's going to mix in, is my understanding. Michael Carter, former UNC back, is going to be between the tackles on the early downs. If this were Connor or Benson, this would be mid-70s, no doubt, in terms of rushing yards. We're getting Michael Carter.
47.5 right now.
46.5.
Well,
is where I played it.
Okay.
46.5 minus 115.
46.5. DraftKings, of course. Yes.
DraftKings Sportsbook. Good
That's
place
right.
to bet your props. Home of the props, some would say. Michael Carter over 56.5. Official play for me. He has done absolutely nothing. In fact, he's taken 1 carry.
Okay.
But he is going to get the work, and it's against a Titans defense that ranks 28th in the NFL against the run. They give up over 140 a game on the ground. They don't score. Arizona's going to be playing from ahead at home. Very modest number that, again, if it was one of the 2 backs ahead of him, this would be 30 yards higher.
Okay, there you go. Both of those officially in the old tracker there.
All right, now we can step out of the prop shop.
Okay,
close the shop up, Jules.
Stepping out of the prop shot, just wrapping up the final questions here. Question from Ethan. We fading the Yankees today. Ethan, I'll take a look at the market there and let you know what I'm like. I do not like Gill in this spot. I think this is a very tough spot for Gill to be in, but I don't love I want to see the lineups there first. Little Jays minus 119 based on the Red Sox effects. I don't
Toronto.
Yep, Guzman for Toronto. Fresh in for Pitt, for BC, back-to-back. Sorry, yes, the second string, Eli Holstein benched in the Pittsburgh game.
It's their guy, too, for years.
I heard he's got a fact. He might get a play or two, by the way. Just be careful. If you want to take some Eli Holstein unders if they're anywhere, I don't think that's a terrible look. He might get in for a couple plays here. And then going to need to talk about
why would he have unders on the board if he's not starting?
Yeah, bro, they're
if somebody left him up and then he gets on the field and then he cash a cheap.
Come on,
gonna need a
sorry, I'm a little slow.
Production, a prop shop sounder. Working on that, Anthony.
Sorry about my friend. He's a little slow.
That's right.
Back that way.
And we had a question for Brandon. Is the show going to continue through college basketball? The answer is yes. Unequivocally, yes. We will be doing podcasts each week. We'll be doing the opener. CT and I will be doing the Monday opener. Jules will be joining us obviously when he can. And we'll be doing, live shows when we can. We'll be talking.
Yeah, we're gonna do a few more live shows for football.
NFL is gonna be here. We'll have bowl games. We'll have college basketball. Nothing's going away. So we do have a lot coming up. So yes, we will continue. And college basketball last year was fucking phenomenal.
Especially
so was college football.
Yeah, I know. So I'm saying. Even college football,
Brandon's already done with college football. He's like, Brandon's moving on. Let's get to basketball.
Seriously, I actually started listening to some previews in college basketball at the ACC conference yesterday. So there you go. So
you learn anything good?
I was actually not a little surprised, but like it feels like I'm down more in college so far. But the guy who tracks me just posted my record this morning: 12-12 in the NFL, minus 0.94 units in college football, 18-21, minus 5.25 units. So feels like down 40, but still treading water a little bit.
All right. We got some time. We got some time to turn some fucking things around. And of course, we got the playoffs last year. The playoffs, by the way, the playoff games were the most profitable games for me and Chris last year. Just saying.
And I.
Did you? So I didn't track you, Jules, last year. To be fair, I didn't track you.
Jules just gets lost in the shuffle sometimes.
No.
You know?
Well, we didn't track Jules. Me and Chris had to track you. We were on the same show.
I'm not even necessarily talking about what I gave out. I was just.
It was good for all
Personally
three of
profitable?
us.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So we got.
Let's turn it around and get back to doing what we do best.
We got plenty of fucking time. Anyways, that will be it for us today. Big thanks to Roza Lyons here in South Boston. Come on down, come hang out with us, come have some Vivas, watch some games. And we have some people here coming out and watch some games with us. And of course,
I'm sure we have plenty of Boston listeners that can hop right in an Uber, come over
right.
here and watch the noon games.
Right. And again, big shout out to Viva Tequila Seltzer again, hooking us up with the live show and all the production stuff today again. So Viva Tequila Seltzer, make sure to go grab your Viva, either local at the local store. Live long, live well, Viva. All right, guys, everyone, hope you have a great week of college football and NFL. Let's cash some fucking tickets this week. God knows we need it. Let's go. We'll talk to you next week here from the Boston Handicappers Network Show.